Hey, what's up, guys? On YouTube, it's Dragon Ball X3 here. And this is my thoughts on the new Nintendo 3DS XL. First of all, as you know, there was a Nintendo Direct last week, and they were covering new games, new release, updated release dates, new features and stuff. And then they announced the new 3DS for North America finally, which honestly I thought was going to be delayed, and I also did not think it would come out until spring, but it's coming out February 13th, along with Monster Hunter 4 and Majora's Mask. And the internet's been filled with complaints left and right. From why only releasing the XL, we want a regular one, to why they're not including charger, to even why do you need the screwdriver to remove the SD card. And my opinion on that is, the screwdriver on the SD card slot, that actually makes perfect sense given that it's a micro SD card. And those can get damaged very easily. And usually, like, if you have phones that you have expandable storage, they would usually be in the back where the battery is, or on the sides where it's hard to damage it. But if you look at where the original slot was on the 3DS and 3DS XL, you can, and it's also pretty helpful. It prevents it from getting stolen easily. If somebody holds your 3DS and they want to be that type of person and pop it out, it's harder for them to do that unless they carry a screwdriver on them at all times. Yes, it's inconvenient, but when you think about it, you're probably not going to swap out your SD card so often anyway, mostly because of the way Nintendo encrypts their data onto the SD card in the first place. Like, for example, on the 3DS, with like my own stolen, but I learned that you can't copy and data from your 3DS SD card and put it into another 3DS because it's encrypted, and only that 3DS has the key, so to speak, to decrypt it. And the only way to actually only way to actually swap SD cards from an SD card to another 3DS is to system transfer. So it's very inconvenient. But like I said, since you're not going to switch it out that often anyway, just get a 64 gig. I'm pretty sure it allows up to that, and you'll be fine. Now the charger. See, the charger is actually a very viable issue, because the fact that people need something to keep the device working. At the same time, they've been doing this for Japan and Europe and the rest of the power region ever since the 3DS XL. It has not had a charger since. So yes, to Americans and anybody else in North America, it's new to us that our systems are not coming with chargers, and that they are selling them. Well, they're still pretty cheaply. They're like, you can find them on $3 on eBay or Amazon, or $8 at GameStop, or $9 or so from Nintendo or GameStop. So it's like, it's inconvenient to have to buy a charger with something, especially since not a lot of people may have had DSIs or DSi XLs, and people may trade in their 3DS XLs, or they trade in their Vita, which then they'll have a 3DS if they have a 3DS. But like, my opinion, I think Nintendo's looking at it like this: X amount of people bought a DSi and DSi XL, and they have a charger. X amount of people bought the 3DS and 3DS XL, and X amount of people bought 3DS, and so we'll use those base numbers to say those guys will probably just buy a 3DS XL, new 3DS, or new 3DS XL anyway if you don't have a charger anyway, because they already have a charger. Now, my opinion on that is, it's stupid. Everybody agrees it's a stupid idea. And yes, it sucks. However, at the same time, for me, personally, it doesn't affect me, as I do own a DSi, I own a 3DS, and I actually got another DSi, so I should have like at least 2 or 3 chargers, so whenever I pick up the new 3DS, and since I'm also getting a replacement 3DS, which may have a charger, I'll probably have 3 or 4 chargers, so that wouldn't actually bother me personally, but I can see for other people why it would, and I do sympathize with them. Now, as for the XL model being released, that actually, and based on what even though it's sourced from Kotaku and I don't trust them, Nintendo, based on a source from them, they say that, which they really didn't give a reason as to why the regular 3DS XL, the regular new 3DS didn't come out here, but why only the XL model did. They said something along the lines of, choice is something, Game of Thrones choice, and the 3DS XL seemed to only make sense or something. It seems very vague, it seems very weird that they would say something like that. But then when you look at the install base for the 3DS XL, like when it came out, compared to how many people complained about wanting a bigger 3DS, and then as soon as and people started buying that, they slowly stopped buying regular 3DS, and they I like to say silently discontinued them for the reason that I've never seen anything officially saying that they have been discontinued, except stores stopped carrying them. GameStop stopped carrying them. Walmart stopped carrying them. Everywhere you go, you see a 3DS XL. So it makes sense as to. So it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, some people actually want the regular one for a change. And also, I think the faceplate would have been fine. We had faceplates in the Game Boy Advance Micro, which didn't sell well, but that's not its fault. The DS already came out, and people already had Game Boy Advance and SPs. So, otherwise, my thoughts on the 3DS are pretty positive. I'm loving that red one, and if another color that is more desirable does not come out, but by the time I end up getting one, I will get that red one, or we'll take the L and buy that Monster Hunter 4 new 3DS XL on eBay, if it's not too if it's not too inflated, because I know people are buying them to flip them, and that's a shameful practice as well. But like I said, that red one is nice. Black one, it's very sleek. It looks as if they're going matte instead of whatever aluminum feel they had to the 3DS XL and the glossy feel from the 3DS. Of course, the faster processor is nice. I think I remember recently saying it's 25% faster than the regular 3DS and 3DS XL. And it allows for faster downloads. Of course, that's relative on your internet speed in the first place, but due to the faster clock speeds, you should be able to and faster transfer speeds, it should be able to download faster. But like I said, that's relative to your internet connection anyway, because you can have let's say a 50 megabyte per second transfer speed on a regular 3DS. These are just random numbers compared to a 100 megabyte per second transfer speed. But if you have a 1.5 megabyte per second internet speed, you're not going to see that much of a difference. Anyway, Dragon Ball X3, signing off.